The next pose that we're going to do is we're just going to do the same base wrap, and we're going to do it in the Loonberry bamboo bowl. So in the bowl I have fold beans from Modest Little Me, and I have a cheap sock that is clean and unused filled with rice. What we're trying to do here is get height so that we can create the same shape as the cat scratcher. Most of our wrap poses, we're going to be creating the same shape as a cat scratcher, meaning their head is always going to be up high and tilted up, and their bottom is always going to be low. It looks like they're flat. Babies are almost never flat. They're almost always, they have their head high and their bottoms low. So in the video, you're going to see me put her in and then decide she needs more behind her head and put another bean in behind her head. This is an important thing to note because every baby is going to be sized differently, especially old babies. There are old babies that are 6, 7, 8 pounds. Then there are old babies that are 13, 14, 15 pounds. They run the gamut. So you really have to make sure that you know what you're looking for and adjust the height based on how big your baby is. So with that being said, how do you do that? You put the baby in, you always start with their bottom, and you can pat them until they're comfortable, and then you look and you see where you want her head to be. So I want her head to be a little bit higher. I also don't want her head to hit this thing. So I'm going to grab another fold bean, and I'm going to put it right behind her head. I'm just going to tuck it under, and that looks good. Again, with a smaller baby, I would try to curl them and get more complicated. With an older baby, we're just going to plop her in, and then I moved the baby's head in the actual session because she was sleeping pretty good for me. So she's in, and that is all there is to it. So the light is exactly the same as last time because she is on her back looking up, and we want the light to hit the same. So this would be bad lighting. It's coming right up her nose. There's shadow on her forehead, shadow under her eyes. There's light up her chin. That does not look good at all. We could do like this. Then there's only light on her hair. There's no light on her face, and it looks dark and awful. This is perfect. The light's hitting at 10. There's shadow, or there's light on this cheek, and a shadow. We could turn her ever so slightly this way. That would be okay too. If she's not getting enough light and still seems dark, it's because the light is hitting at the back of her head and she needs to be looking more up. So you could remove a bean. Obviously you would do that carefully with 2 hands and would not be holding a camera with a real baby. See how her face is better lit now that there's less height? So I made the height decision and it was the wrong one, but I noticed that the light was wrong and I fixed it. So that's the important thing, is to always be looking to see if everything looks right or if there's something you need to change. So I'm rocking her just a little bit more before going in. I really want her fully asleep before bucket. After she's in the prop, I adjust the prop for light, and again, I moved it for light. I want to make sure that the light is always perfect, so I always make sure that I look at the baby and make sure that the light is hitting her face correctly, and if it's not, then I will adjust her or adjust the prop.